All right, guys, how are y'all doing today? Earlier today, we installed Fedora onto my computer. I've been kind of using it as my daily driver. I say daily driver as if I'm using it daily. No, it's been a few hours. I'm already running into some problems that I don't typically have on Linux. I'll try to cut in some video here if I can that will showcase the problem. So the issue that I'm running into with Fedora is it seems like the compositor is running at half, potentially third frame rate. So what that means is that I have a game that's running at 60, the game itself will report at 60, Mango HUD reports at 60, Steam reports 60, everything reports 60, but you visually look at it and it's like 20, maybe 30, but it's very choppy to be 30. I'm pretty sure it's closer to 20. And I cannot get it figured out. The only solution I have is to run my games at double frame rate, which I'm at 4K. So now a game that I normally can just comfortably run at 4K 60 and be okay, I now have to run at 4K 120. I'm sure you see the problem there. That's not ideal. All right, so here's an example of a game running at 60 frames a second. It's a little stuttery, isn't it? It's a little choppy. It's weird. Sorry, ignore the screen tearing. I have to have that for this demo. It's very clearly not running at 60. Like, some things look kind of weirdly smooth like this does right here, but like as a whole, like it's very stuttery and very choppy. It doesn't really look like 60, right? So then I hit F1 to enable my 120 FPS mode. Look at how much smoother everything is. This is how I would expect 60 FPS to work. There's still some screen tearing, obviously, but again, it's super smooth, right? Hit F1. Choppy, even though you can clearly tell game's running at 60. Whee. The main reason why I think this is like a compositor bug is because of the fact that it tends to happen in areas that are a lot more busy. So like right now, you can see how it's kind of like weirdly choppy as I'm panning around. And like things are like kind of weird. Like as a whole, it's fine, but like there's some chop in random parts of the screen. But like now that there's nothing going on, see, it chopped right there, just me looking to the side. And like, don't even get me started on the screen tearing. The screen tearing is awful, but again, like I have to do that for the demo. So, but it's like now it's fine. Like, now it's just perfectly fine. Then I'm gonna run over here, hopefully encounter a lot of people. Now it's kind of choppy if I look in this direction. It's very choppy if I look in that direction. Perfectly smooth. Something's broken. So what I really want to do is I wanted to install Nobara Linux. Nobara Linux is made by Glorious Eggroll. He's the guy who makes the alternate Proton distributions, I guess is the best way to phrase it. The main reason why I'm picking Nobara is because it's still Fedora, but it has somebody who claims to be very into the gaming experience side of things and content creation and all that. Take a look at it and try to make optimizations that make it better. I'm gonna be upfront. I'm not a super fan of Glorious Eggroll's Proton because there's been a few times where he's enabled patches, or I'm sorry, they've enabled patches that I feel like Valve disabled for good reasons. It feels a lot like the kind of dynamic where it's like the Android ROM makers will enable things for their custom ROMs that like the official ROMs don't. And it's like, okay, I understand both sides. I get it. I understand it. But then you run into people who say, no, to use a phone example, no, you cannot use Google's stock OS. You have to use Lineage OS because it does blah, blah, blah. And I get 2% better battery life over the course of a week as an average overall. And it's like, bro, like, yeah, but like, I want to be able to like use my phone. Like, in order to get that extra 2%, I have to turn off all network activity and have my phone powered off for 8 hours every night. Like, that's not what I want on my phone. So I've always gotten that vibe. I've used Glorious Eggroll's Proton here and there throughout. It works totally fine, does what it says on the tin. No problems with the project, it's just one of those things where it's not my mindset. That's not what I typically gravitate towards. But this seems like if I want to use Fedora, this is going to be my best bet to use it for gaming. So we're going to install it real quick, and it's going to be fun. So the cool thing about all of the stuff that I preached earlier with how you set up your partitions means that I should be able to just install Nobara over top of my existing Fedora install. It should just kind of work. There shouldn't really be any too major crazy issues, especially considering that they are both Fedora. There shouldn't be any strange like weird fire incompatibilities or like something in my bash RC exists in one and not the other and blah blah blah. It's not like I'm switching from Arch to Ubuntu or Ubuntu to Fedora. It's Fedora to just the slightly different Fedora. It should be pretty straightforward. I will say the one thing that actually might be causing issues is the fact that I decided to switch to a KDE Plasma distro just because I'm really not a fan of GNOME. And I'd love to keep using Cinnamon, but I think some of the issues I was having may have to do with X11 and like the compositor and everything, so whatever. I'd like to pick something that I know I've gamed on before that I know works. Next. We're going to replace a partition. No, we're gonna do manual partitioning. Haha. Okay. That's cool. All right. Sick. I'm glad that works. Okay, yeah. Awesome. Okay, so I guess we'll just bump it down to 1080p because otherwise it just won't work. That's annoying, but whatever. Already, notice how much smoother everything is. Ugh. We're going to mount point. You are now slash. This looks like my 512, so this looks like my boot partition, so we're gonna edit that. Yeah, check boot. So you are now boot EFI. So this is my home. So this is now going to get mounted as slash home. And then we leave the others alone because we're not messing with Windows right now. We're just messing with this. That should be all we need to do. 600 megabytes. What the fuck? Why? No, like for real, why? Oh, am I gonna have to like redo this because it's right smack in the middle of my Ugh. Oh, that's actually a problem because I reinstalled Windows. So that's gonna go there. So I'm gonna have to do a separate... You gotta be kidding me, dude. All right, new strategy. We're just gonna delete that. We're gonna delete that. We're gonna create a 600 boot partition. It's just FAT32, right? And then boot EFI, boot. Okay. Then we're just going to create a new 64 gig ext4. Where are you? There you are. Slash. Sure. I'm gonna lose 100 megabytes on my slash partition. Oh no. Not the end of the world. Whatever. As long as I don't have to. Okay. It seemed to be okay with that. That's really annoying because that means I'm gonna have to fucking reinstall Windows again, but whatever. I'm not too worried about it because I haven't really done anything in Windows yet. So, see, it's things like this where I'm like, I don't really like people who enable a login automatically without asking for the password, like by default. Like, it's got a vibe going for it that I'm not down for. Yeah, okay, this should be fine. It shouldn't mess with anything. I'll reinstall Windows again, which again, like I didn't download any games or anything on it, so it's not the end of the world. I had done that off screen where I was like, you know what, whatever, and it just wiped my install, wiped all the partitions, and just was gonna install fresh. Everything that I actually use it for is backed up to Git anyway, so it's not the end of the world. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't want to reinstall Windows. Don't make me reinstall Windows. Anyway, this is gonna take a while, so I'm gonna pause here, and then we will come back whenever it is done. Okay, well, looks like we're already done installing, so that's good. Real quick though, I do want to say, I noticed when I was doing the installer last time there was some latency. No latency this time. No screen tearing either. So I'm kind of hopeful. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm picking up what you're laying down. I don't think my voice can go much higher than this. We're gonna try this anyway and see where it goes. This is a bad bit. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So okay. Fairly recent kernel. Looks like it has fsync enabled by default, which is interesting. I don't know why else they would call out the fact that .fsync is, you know, in the kernel name. Okay. Looks pretty straightforward. Plasma so far. No screen tearing. We're silky smooth. Sorry, I'll stop. Okay, so it's asking, it says that it needs to install some codecs and such, which they are legally not allowed to distribute, but they can with permission, which is fine. Let's check out the first steps here. Well, I guess maybe I should wait until the updates are done. I can't wait for it to install NVIDIA drivers on my fucking AMD platform. I can't wait. I really hope that's what they do. I'm super expecting that to happen and for them to just force that to install and to break my installation. I am like about to jerk myself off at the idea of that happening. Come on. Is it actually doing it? No, it's not. Oh man, I got so excited for a second there because I saw the VA and was like, oh my god, it's doing NVIDIA drivers. It's installing the VA drivers free world. Okay, so that's like with the video decoder and everything part of it. All right. It's installing a lot of crap. Okay. I don't know. Some of these might be like dependencies or whatever, but I don't know. Like I feel like you should see what language I'm using and only install that. I don't know why I need like 100 megabytes of language files installed, but whatever. That might be something out of their control, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so codec installation is complete. So that's fine. Okay. Seems pretty straightforward. So this is what we just did, the patented media codecs and whatever. Don't need the software center. Install web apps with your favorite web browser as a backend. Turn your favorite web apps into native desktop applications. No, I'm good. Also, a way to steal the Samsung Internet browser icon. Recommended, Kden Live, OBS Studio. I'll install Discord. And see, I'm turning my nose up at installing OBS because I literally have a captured PC. I don't care. I'm actually recording this video with OBS, so haha. Install the proprietary AMD drivers. I don't think you want to do that. I will definitely install X1 though. That's definitely absolutely something I'm going to do. Okay. So far, this is actually really nice. They're trying to do things. No, I guess I'll have to relog and redo that install. No big deal, I guess. Proton GE would be kind of nice to have because that is a Proton management tool. If you want to manage other versions of Protons, like if you want to do the glorious egg roll stuff, you can do that. Choose a login manager. STDM, yes, that's what I like. We're already using it, so don't care. Get new themes and icons, okay. Oh, as it immediately just crashes, okay. That's fine, I guess. I don't need new themes. Fuck your themes, in fact. Not joining the community, it's cringe. Contributing to Nobara. Don't know if I'm gonna use it long enough to contribute to it. And then credits, I guess. All right, let's go ahead and update everything. I like that this is actually kind of really nice because like it's running the same stuff that you would be able to run otherwise. It's just kind of doing it for you. So you get the advantages of like doing an NPM update. I said NPM, didn't I? I'm sorry. I meant to say you get the benefits of using a DNF update. But you don't have to actually go to the terminal and do it yourself. Don't make me do Flatpaks. Is that why Discord works the way that it does? Is it a Flatpak? Oh yeah, the icon changed. Yeah, it's a Flatpak. Okay. To be fair, that might be because I did install Discord on Slash and this is looking for something that doesn't exist now. All right, well, we have made a few changes, so I guess we'll go ahead and reboot. And this should get us up to date on the latest stuff. And then I guess since I already have some games downloaded, we'll just go ahead and load them up. Things like Mango HUD should already be installed. I may or may not have to redo my config now that I'm thinking about it. I don't think I will have to. We will see. Well, the Discord's right there, so it clearly installed it in the right position, so it must not be a Flatpak, except that it's not opening. So, you know, that's a problem. Let's go ahead and configure our desktop settings, because I have a feeling... okay, I thought it would have been running 1080p with the way the fractional scaling was working, but no, it just scaled it to 175, which looks awful. Now that we're at 200%, it's nice and crisp. It's crisp! I would really like to open Discord. Okay, so I guess my shortcut's just dead. That's fine, which again I expected. So I guess we will add a desktop and we will overwrite. Okay, cool. So Discord's working out of the box. There's not as much latency as there was previously. There is still a tiny little bit. So I wonder if we're running in Wayland. We might be running in Wayland. Well, there's only one way to find out, I guess, and that's to load up in a game and let's see how it goes. Let's do G overlay just so I can see if my config is the same. That is massive. What the fuck? Well, the menu seems to be, this is actually working correctly, which like it like flat out didn't fucking work properly the last time. So maybe this is designed around Plasma, or maybe it's a Wayland thing. I don't know. No, it says session X11, so we are running X11. Fascinating. I thought they would have forced Wayland. I'm okay with that, don't get me wrong. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put that in the corner. We are going to, yeah, it actually did a pretty good job of remembering some of my settings. So that's pretty cool. And I can also do CPU. So CPU average load, we'll do temperature and power. I guess RAM, because that'll be fun. Save. Should immediately apply. There we are. Cool. We're looking good this time. My VRAM usage is lower than it was. I'm actually feeling pretty good about it. Well, now it says session Wayland. What the fuck? Why did moving it from one side to the other change it from X11 to Wayland? Boy. Okay. Things are goofy. Let's open up Steam. Theoretically, Steam should just log me in, which it's doing. I'm logged in. Cool. So no issues there. I guess we will load the 2 games that I used as a demonstration for having problems with. It needs to rebuild the shader. Yeah. Oh, X Wayland. Okay, so maybe that's what the issue was, is that we are actually running Wayland, but it's just X Wayland, and that's why it did what it did. It was weird. Okay. All right, well, let's see. So full screen resolution. Excuse me, that's not my resolution. Is it because I'm running at 200% display scale? It won't let me select 4K. Oh, that's a problem. I guess let's try full screen, which in this game is borderless. So it should theoretically do a full 3040 by 2160. But because of the scaling option, I don't know if it's going to do something weird. So I guess we'll just kind of see where it goes. The rest of the options are exactly identical to how they were in my last install. So that's good. I'm very, very nervous about this. Okay, the fact that the scale of the window is that much bigger makes me think that it is actually running at 1080p. Yeah, it's actually running at 1080p. You can look at the text and just kind of see that it's a tiny bit blurry compared to how 4K should be. So let's do the mission real quick. Let's just hit play. So we are going to do the same test that we did earlier. If it works and I don't have my weird FPS dropping issues, then I'm good. I've found my new Linux installation. If we still have issues, then I might be installing another Linux distro. We'll see. Okay, well, textures are definitely having some problems loading. It's perfectly smooth. No screen tearing. Everything's fine. We're running at 120 though. So let's bump it down to 60. It's perfectly fine. There's no smoothest issues.
I'm amazed that you still have a job.
I can't hit this one woman, apparently. Okay, that's a game bug. So, wow, I'm sorry. I'm entirely speechless. Like, I really didn't think it would be working this well. So, what was the problem I was running into before then? I don't understand. I think I need to play a little bit more of a competitive game. Let me load up Halo real quick. Because I know how Halo feels. I know how the timing should be for like headshots and everything. That will really tell me for sure if like we're actually working properly or not. Looks like NeoFetch was installed by default. Okay, that's cute. Yeah, I'm probably going to install ZSH in a little bit. ZSH is normally what I use. It's what I use on my work computers as well as my personal computers. And on my MacBook. I use it in combination with Oh My ZSH. It's fantastic. Might do that, might not. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. So far, I genuinely don't know if it's just the fact that I picked Plasma or if it's something like if something was wrong with the GNOME that was on the other Fedoras or like what the deal is. Like maybe I fucked something up. Maybe there was a weird bug in the driver. I don't know. But like it's totally working now. There's a little bit of latency though. So I think if I go to the compositor, I can change that. So I don't want to force smoothest animations. I want to force lowest latency. Oh yeah, that's zippy. That's great. The best part is that I'm running at 60 hertz on this monitor, you know. I do have a 120 hertz ultra wide. Obviously I can't record off that because capture cards are not a thing. I could probably do some weird like active dongles or whatever to convert it, but I don't even know if this monitor, or if this capture card rather, will even probably support 5120 by 1440 at 120 hertz, because that's a weird resolution. And even if I was centering games and everything, I don't know how well that would work as far as capturing goes, because and it probably, and like even if I'm cropping it in to where I just have the 16:9 image, then I'm losing all the detail on the footage that 4K has. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm just trying to kill time until this stupid shader compilation is done. I understand why it's doing it, but it's stupid. I think we'll pause the video, and what I'll do is I'll queue up for matchmaking, and when the matchmaking finds me a game, we'll hop into it, and we'll just fuck it. We'll do it live, whatever. Who cares? So I know I said I would wait until I was actually like in game to start recording again. My GPU usage is lower. I'm at 4K. Granted, I'm at 60, but sitting here in the menu, I'm only in the mid 30s, like literally mid 30s, 35, 36. Before it was like 40, 45, like weird. It was weirdly high. I'm curious now. Let's go matchmaking. All right, and again, just to prove that I am still on my Linux distribution, like I'm gonna minimize and it's gonna be the game. You can see the Halo icon, blah, blah, blah. Halo Ball Court X? Is that, no, hang on. The question is that Court 10 or is that Court X? Because Court X implies like extreme, but Court 10 is like, it's just down the hallway to the right. You know what I mean? I hope I don't have active voice chat on. That'd be embarrassing. Hi, do I have voice chat on? Okay, I think we're good. So let's go ahead and cap it at 60. My cap button isn't working. Okay, I guess I can cap it with the in-game cap, whatever. We'll just kill communism here real quick.
Double kill.
Okay, I don't know why that wasn't an assassination, but it's fine. Oh no, the other team's scoring because I was too busy killing these people who don't know how to play the game. You know, doing the thing that we're not supposed to be doing. Oh, is he gonna go for the double? Well, he was going for the double. It was a bad game. Oh, boy. I deserve that splatter. Okay, let's go ahead and lower the frame rate down to 60. It's perfectly smooth. That's absolutely perfectly smooth. This is fine. You can't goaltend like that, bro. It's cheating. Thank you, teammate. Okay, yeah. My issues have been completely fixed. Completely and totally fixed. Okay, ready for this, ready for this, ready for this. Oh, it's okay. Their team helped me score, so I'm okay with that. Oh, damn it. Bro, we're playing so bad. Yeah, help me score. Help me score more, daddy. There we go. Yeah, that was good. Okay, yeah, it's totally fucking fine. It's totally functional. I have no idea what the hell the issue with normal Fedora was. It's got to be something with GNOME. It's got to be something with GDM. It's got to be something with like weird low-level stuff like that. But I have no idea what the hell it was. God, I would have just been playing video games all afternoon instead of just messing with distros. And like, this is the third video I've recorded in one day. If I could have like not done any of that, I would have done that. But yeah, okay, whatever. Well, I guess I have found my new daily distro. I also don't have a whole lot of extra setup stuff that I have to do on this because, like, I carried over my data from the last install, and a lot of the other stuff that I would be doing, like NeoFetch and Discord and all that's kind of already done. I can show you how to change the wallpaper, but I mean, like, that's pretty straightforward. You just go to downloads and you click the thing, and then you say set as wallpaper, and then you're kind of done. That's it. All right. I'd like to install some more themes and like play with things and kind of get a little more in depth. Maybe look at pipe wire and like all kinds of other crazy stuff. That's not for the context of this video. All right, well, I guess I'm kind of at a loss now. Oh, I guess now what we can do is we need to troubleshoot the fact that Hitman 3 started at 1920 by 1080. So I guess we'll do that, and then I'll end the video. It feels a little weird to just kind of end it the way that it did. So now that I don't have the scale set, it let me do 3840 by 2160, but that was also still set as full screen. But that could be that's supposed to be borderless, right? Exclusive full screen is where it does the compositor stuff, right? So we do normal full screen, save, quit. Configure display settings, change the scale to 200%. I also changed the apply scaling themselves option, so maybe that will have something to do with it. We'll see. Load Steam back up. Steam is not scaling yet. It's fine. It probably needs a restart. Start the game. Game is still small. Game still says 3840 by 2160. Does everything just freaked out? Oh, did I need to hit apply on something? I think I needed to hit apply on something. That was my fault. You know, let's go ahead and restart Steam for good measure. Let's be thorough here, you know? Okay. So now we can hit play. Is it gonna give me 1080? Probably not because it's small. 3840 by 2160. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the display. It's scaled by the system. Oh. Oh, that's not right. That's fine though. We're just gonna hit play, because I'm thinking this is gonna, yeah, now this is bigger. It's gonna give me 1080p, right? Yeah, okay. So I can't do the scaled by the system option because that just tells everything pretend like you're 1080p. Huh. Now that theoretically also means that this could work in reverse. So I'm gonna set it down to 50% just for giggles. Where's my mouse? Hang on, I'm gonna hit apply. Okay, I hit apply. Oh, this is like unreadable. Like you normally think normal 4K is unreadable. Blah. Okay, but if I hit play, this is gonna let me super sample, right? It's smaller. I think that's letting me select higher resolutions. I don't know what resolution it's rendering at, but I think it's letting me super sample. That would be a lot of fun to play with. Oh, I don't think it's working. Oh, it's like super not working. Oh, no, it is. And I'm immediately at 100% GPU usage and thermal throttling based on power. Or just throttling, not thermal throttling. I'm just throttling based on power. Okay. Yeah, I'm already at 200 watts used. Okay, hang on. Can I make that like huge? I need to make that like, geez, screener or something. I literally can't read any of this, so I have no idea. Maybe I can get to the menu and I can see what resolution it's running at. I was gonna customize G-Screen or G-Streamer or whatever that program is to make the thing bigger, and also display the resolution. This is like, oh, it's like not happy with me. I think that's more my GPU because my GPU is like maxing out right now. Let's see, 7680 by 4320. I'm running at 8K right now. Fuck, dude. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm curious now. Let's see. Will it actually let me play? I'm dropping frames on the menu. To be fair, Hitman's menu is like weirdly demanding for no reason. It doesn't render 3D. It's all like scale form, so I have no idea. I don't know if it's actual scale form, but it's all like that kind of UI, so I have no idea. I can't wait to get in game and running at like 15 frames a second. I do have FSR balance enabled though, so maybe it'll be playable. That'd be fun as fuck if I can now play 8K properly. It really has taken its sweet time to load. It doesn't normally take this long. I think I can make out the fact that, like, yeah, our usage is kind of hovering around the normal areas. Oh, GPU just kicked on. Okay, so it's starting to render now. Yeah, we're starting to render some 3D, so it's starting to do some stuff now. Yo. Bro, I'm rendering 8K at FSR balanced. This genuinely looks like it too. I'm holding like 40 FPS. I have a 6900 XT. That's impressive. The best part is that I'm throttling on power. It's not temperature. It's not anything else. It's power. Bro, this looks great. I don't know how well this is going to translate into a YouTube video, but like this, there is not an aliased edge in sight. This is crazy. What was the 3090? Was that what everyone was advertising for the 8K display? Eat your heart out, dude. Like for real. Okay. Well, that's a fun little quirk that I just discovered about Plasma. I'm gonna have fun playing with that. Otherwise, yeah. So I think for some games, I might have to uncheck the scale yourself option and just kind of, or I'm sorry, to force them to scale themselves rather than use the system scaling, unless I want to do weird things like 8K. That was fun. I'm glad that I discovered that. Well, okay. So system is fixed and everything's good. So I guess I will just kind of let you guys know how Nobara works long term. Already, it kind of feels like home. It feels like my Manjaro install I had before I moved to Ubuntu, and I'm kind of just hoping it's going to stay that way. So we might get some weird unreadable launchers, but I will trade that in order to have programs that work. But yeah, let me know if y'all have any questions, if you have things you want me to try, things you want me to explore, if you want me to do an update in a little bit, whatever. I think I've now actually found my distro. See y'all around, and I hope you have a great night.